Some say they have seen a gigantic living being, several stories high. We're all going to die. Oh no, run if you can, 'cause Tokyo, Japan is in for big trouble. Looks like Godzilla is real, and once he gets here, he'll reduce things to rubble. There's no time to pack. Run and don't look back. Careful where you hide. Many won't survive. By now he's well on his way, and you're gonna pay if you don't get to racing. But look up in the skies, we're facing demise from an alien invasion. Yes, he is destructive, and we hope he won't advance. But as it turns out, he might just be our only chance. Save the lizard, he will make a stand. City filled with screams and deadly laser beams. A full-scale attack. Can he hold them back? This is a dangerous place. The city's a waste. Battlegrounds epic. Both sides are pummeled and fried with nuclear eyes and death rays electric. Yes, he is destructive. We have seen this in the past. But as it turns out, it's an advantage that he has. Save the lizard, he will kick their ass. The air has gotten thick with broken glass and steel and brick. The aliens are no more. Hear Godzilla's mighty roar. And so the battle was won, and when it was done, he retreated to the ocean. And if we're ever attacked, now then he'll be back, at least that's what I'm hoping. Yes, he is destructive, partly from dark and triggered. But as it turns out, you know it could have been much worse. Save the lizard, he will save the earth.
Hey guys, sorry about this. We're having some technical difficulties here, and I'm going to try to reconnect the Facebook side of this. For some reason, the Facebook end of this died. So let me end that. And I don't know if you guys are still seeing me over here at all, but that's just weird. Oh, I see. Facebook ended my video. Very interesting. Facebook ended my live video. So we are trying to get started here, and Facebook ended the video in the middle of me trying to get it started. So go figure, right? Let me try that again. So I'm going to switch over here to my chat window. We will remove that because that's not working. Welcome to live video, guys. This is really strange that Facebook did that to me. Totally not happy. That's a very strange thing for them to do. So I'm gonna get my links here and post that back in there. And as you guys are joining, I'm apologizing for these strange things going on, but we are error starting session. Please try again. Yeah, we're supposed to be connected here, and they are making it difficult for me. Maybe I'll just try using that instead. Yeah, Facebook is making it impossible for me to start my live on Facebook, so I apologize, you guys. If you are trying to access this on Facebook, that is just the strangest thing. They're basically cutting me off from being able to start a live, and they said that my post looks like spam, so maybe I will try removing that part. Hey, they're letting me do it as long as I don't put all my links into my description. So go figure. Facebook, you guys just rule on a completely different level. Welcome to the stream, guys, and sorry for everything. Kombucha. Typically kombucha has sugar in it, and sometimes some of it doesn't. So you have to just look at your ingredients just like everything else. So I'm going to try to add the Facebook chat to our screen here, and actually let me try and do it this way. And welcome to the stream. Sorry for the difficulties here. Facebook is making, with their new stuff, they are making some things more challenging than previously, but thankfully we were able to actually go ahead and start the chat and actually get things going anyway, despite Facebook being a troll. But welcome, and I'm gonna get this Facebook chat activated here, right here in just a second. There we go, and maybe make that go live, and voila, here is our Facebook chat. I'll close that preview window. Welcome once again to our Sunday live keto chat. Today is Father's Day, so first and foremost, I want to say happy Father's Day to all of you dads out there. I have weird things up at the top of my screen. That is odd. I don't know what that stuff is. That stuff is strange. What is that? Is that? No, that's that. I'm going to try turning a few things off and see what. That is so weird. I've just got all kinds of strange things up on my screen up here. Up at the top of the screen, you guys see that? I don't know what that is. It looks like a piece of my blurb thing down here has gone bonkers. I've got some kind of ape thing going on. That is weird. So yeah, as part of my screen has gotten corrupted by OBS. So let me switch something here. And voila, everything is back to normal. Hey guys, so sorry about all of the weird issues getting started. And so today, I really don't have a focus particular other than, and I'll let you guys determine the focus of today's keto chat. Today's Father's Day. It's going to be a very laid back, relaxed day. I actually contemplated postponing today's live just because of Father's Day. Remember, Mother's Day was kind of really slow. The chat was really slow. People are, busy taking their dads out fishing, taking their dads out barbecuing, and cooking stuff for their dads, or just remembering their dads. Me, I can't be with my dad today because he's in Portland. I'm here in Reno, and I just called him up on the phone. We spent some time on the phone just talking about stuff, and my dad put a hook through his hand. He's got one of those S hooks that you hang stuff on your fence in your backyard, and he's got one of those things, and he was sharpening the end of it on the grinder, and he just pushed it right through his hand. So fantastic scorecard that my dad has for workshop accidents. His track record's pretty amazing. I think I've gotten one really good injury like that. He was making fun of me because I cut the end of my finger off with a shaver, and but I was telling him, hey, the table saw, the drill, the this, the that. But anyway, have fun with your dad while you got your dad, and make sure you tell your dad how much you love him and how much you care. And if your dad is no longer with us, then my condolences. But remember your dad, and what a great contribution your dad had in your life. So my hats are off to anybody who's man enough to be a good father to their kids, and thank you for that. Thank you for your service as a father, and my father especially. Dad, if you're watching this, Mom, if you're watching this, show this to Dad and tell him how much I love him. And let's talk about hey, you're in Reno. Cody, you're in Reno. Hey, maybe we should hook up. We could hang out for a minute and go get some bacon, right? Amanda is taking her dad to Wonderland to play video games. Hey, there's no better way to do that. We have an arcade in one of our casinos, and they have a giant Pac-Man, and man, just the biggest cool fun thing. Tony, something of Black Sabbath had a machine that cuts metal on the end of his fingers. Oh, okay, sounds interesting. So today we're doing keto chat. I love to do open Q&A on Sundays. Usually I have a focus. Today is Father's Day, and I don't really have a particular subject. I'm going to let you guys determine that. But Sunday is the day that I spend an hour with you guys trying to answer any kind of questions that you have. Keep in mind, I am not a doctor. I cannot give medical advice. If you need medical advice, you need to seek out a medical professional, a doctor, an MD, or at very least a nurse practitioner. But only a medical doctor can give you medical advice. However, I have spent a few thousand hours reading studies, reading scientific journals, checking out scientific lectures by medical doctors. I studied many doctors and their results of their studies. So I do have a few answers for a few questions, but if you need medical advice, you need to seek out a medical doctor. And with that being said, also, we should always talk about typical results. So typical results are that most people don't do what they're told to do, so they don't get any results. There's your typical results. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. I am Brother Bryce of BroBryceHealth, and I like to do these chats. And keto has transformed my life. Low carb, high fat approach has transformed my entire life, and I hope to try to help other people start that same journey that helps them to transform their life. I lost 117 pounds, and as well as that, I got rid of virtually all of my chronic pain due to my inflammation. Now, some of us know that if you are metabolically injured and you've suffered from fibromyalgia, you may never be rid of all of those things. However, if you can diminish those symptoms dramatically, then your life is going to be dramatically improved. My life is dramatically improved. So I'm able to go hold down a job. I'm able to ride my bike. I'm able to go do physical activities. Whereas before, some people may know, I used to walk with 2 canes. I used to wear night splints on my hands and feet, and I don't do that anymore. So thank the Lord for keto. Sherry says, how about some good replacements for dairy? Now that my body is healing, I feel I am getting an upset tummy when I eat cheese and heavy whipping cream. So I look at this way. If you're trying to replace something with something else, okay, now I can get, that you want a muffin, so you make a keto muffin. You want this thing, so you make this thing. I feel like a really great replacement for dairy is bacon. Like, I'm just going to be straight. Like, I'm having to eliminate most dairy from my daily regimen. I do eat dairy, but not very much of it. And I find that dairy is kind of a rabbit trail for me. It's one of those things that, like, I can eat a little bit of it, and a little bit becomes a lot. And I don't sign up for that. So what I'm going to do for myself is that if I'm trying to replace something with something else, I'm going to just basically say, you know what, maybe that's just not something that I should have in my life, and I should just eat more pork loin. That's just because all the replacements for dairy. Okay, so if you look at the ingredients in almond milk, for instance, people say, well, I'm going to replace heavy whipping cream with almond milk because I really don't need that much fat. Some people say, well, I'm eating excess fat, so my body fat's not burning. And that's a reasonable reason to use almond milk. But if you look at the ingredients in almond milk, it's just not fabulous. It's kind of not fabulous. So that's my take on it. Is like, occasionally I'll partake in some almond milk, but it's not one of my favorite things anyway. I just prefer the taste of, butter or heavy whipping cream. Sherry, does butter upset you as much as heavy whipping cream? Because what is butter but cream, right? Because some people find that, like, ghee is great, but butter doesn't work for them. So, that's one take on it. So cheese, some people like to use like almond cheese or something like that, and the almond cheeses are not great. They're typically low carb. They're typically not low carb. Let's have a fun keto chat tonight. I want to give a big shout out to Vengeance over there on the YouTube side, modding for me over on YouTube, and Sherry for moderating the moderation. Everything in moderation, right, Sherry? Over on Facebook. So thank you, Sherry, for trolling the trolls. And over on the Twitch side, we may or may not have Donna Lawrence, aka that gadget girl. Her hours have been crazy, so she hasn't really been able to come in that much. If anybody else is willing to step up and mod over on Twitch, that would be great, because I know Vengeance is like, he's got quite enough. Yeah, Tony's also a mod, but he doesn't always come in. Sometimes he does, but sometimes he doesn't, because he's Tony and he's the old nerd and he eats stuff that will kill you. I eat stuff that will save you, and Tony eats stuff that will kill you. Sherry moderate Atanasov. I'm still working on that. Maybe you could write out the phonetic spelling of Atanasov. I'm trying to get it right. Anyway, guys, this is our hour of keto. We've already burned up 20 minutes. Part of that, trying to figure out what Facebook was doing to me. Their anti-spam formula is evidently trying to keep me from posting links in my descriptions. Welcome, Isabel Torres. I see you're watching there. I want to thank any of you who are tuning in and sharing this video. If you're sharing this video, I will pick a random person who shares this video, either in a group. You can share the Facebook version, you can share the YouTube version, the Twitch link. I don't care which one that you share. If you share this video, make sure that you say that you shared it, and in the chat here, and I will pick a random person who shared this video to win a book. And if you're on the YouTube side, you can see the links for the books. You can't see it on Facebook because Facebook wouldn't let me put the links in there, but I will hereby announce them because they are in the description on the YouTube side. So let me go fix that. We are looking at, for our books today, we have Grain Brain by David Perlmutter, Wheat Belly by William Davis. We have Good Calories, Bad Calories by Gary Taubes. We have The Diabetes Diet by Richard Bernstein. We have The Primal Blueprint by Mark Sisson. We have The New Atkins for New You by Dr. Eric Westman, Stephen Finney, and Jeff Volek. We have Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It by Gary Taubes. So any one of those books you can win by sharing this video. Atanasov. There we go. Atanasov. So I was pretty close, huh? Atanasov. Okay. Anyway, and I wanted to draw your attention to the links on the left side over here, or my left, your right. The BroBryceHealth Twitch. We have the Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. We have BroBryce Cooks over on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. We have BroBryce on Facebook and Twitter. And if you have subscribed to this video or to this channel, or the BroBryce Cooks, make sure that you click that bell notification icon over on YouTube to make sure that you get notified whenever I come up with two brain cells to rub together. On Patreon, I use that for my support system. If you guys like to support this ministry, me trying to help people out and save their bodies from the ravages of a high carbohydrate diet, please consider visiting my Patreon and throwing a couple bucks my way. It'd be great. I've only had one Patreon patron so far. I'm planning on putting together Streamlabs OBS by next week. I do have it, and I have it installed, and I have my slides set up, but unfortunately I was having some audio issues trying to get started today, and so I just I dropped it. So today I'm gonna try to troubleshoot that the rest of this week. I've got a few days off, so I'm going to try to troubleshoot those audio problems. Maybe Tony can help me out with that. I don't know, but it's not as straightforward as OBS. It's quite a bit more advanced. But Streamlabs OBS is going to be the platform that I'm going to be going with. I'll have a tip jar for that, and a Patreon and a PayPal, so you guys can contribute donations that way. I'll make it more open for people to contribute however they choose to. So again, sorry about the technical issues today. It looks like we're still having some glitchy video down on the bottom here. There is a way to make a keto burrito. There are tons of keto tortillas recipes. Keto Connect has a great keto recipe for tortillas. I use a tablespoon of almond flour, no, a tablespoon of coconut flour, a teaspoon of psyllium husk, and a quarter teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of the oil of your choice. I choose to use avocado oil, and then a tablespoon of water and 1 egg. You just whip that up real good. And actually, when you're using it in a tortilla, you put a 1/4 cup of water in it, and then you fry that down like a pancake in a pan, and that'll make your tortilla. So then you can have your ground beef in there. There we go. Yeah, Cat Keto just did a chicken enchilada video. All keto, right? There's tons of keto tortilla recipes. So yeah, it is possible to make a keto burrito. Totally possible, Vengeance. Thanks, that's a great question. And Atanasov. Okay, yeah, I'm going to remember that now. Over on, Restream, I have got this set up now where it's sending out video to Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and then the Streamlabs has the ability to go over to some other platforms as well. But I haven't opened that up, and I just got it going with Restream, but as you guys maybe saw a little bit earlier, I went live for just a second to test it out, and my audio, I was having problems with the audio. So anyway, thanks for your patience with me switching around software. And I know Tony hates this whole layout that we have here with the chat in the middle and me over on the side and the giant placard on the left. That's going to be totally different when we do it next time. And we'll also have a different slide specifically for split screen with a guest. And yeah. So we have about, we got about a half hour left to go. I don't expect today to be too busy because, like I said, it's Father's Day, and I don't want to, put anybody out and have them say, "Oh, I got to stop celebrating with my dad. I've got to spend time watching Bryce on his live stream." Hey, Denise, you went live and you posted. Okay, cool. Denise is over there posting, I guess just like 15 minutes ago. So you're welcome to share this video and make sure that you post in the chat that you shared this video, and hopefully we can get a few people in here to ask questions. What's your current daily struggle? I was talking with a guy today who says that his daily struggle seems to be stress eating, and stress eating, he tends to fall back on carbs. And to me, I think like the ticket to the stress eating is part of it is like your brain is tricking you into going after the carbs. And I think that part of that stress eating is actually triggered by your brain's cravings for carbs. It's like your stress triggers your cravings for carbs, but I think that the actual stress eating part is your brain's actual efforts to get carbs. So I tend to say, just make sure that you have a whole bunch of, whatever it is that you go to, like your go-to thing might be chips. So have something salty, crunchy, that's keto friendly, handy. I saw a recipe just today for like keto Cheez-Its, right? So we all know about like you making like cheese chips, the cheese crisps, but this person had used a different approach where they dried the cheese out on the counter for a couple of days. I think that it actually would work just as well in the fridge. Some people were saying that there might be a risk of food poisoning from leaving them out on the counter at room temperature. It's possible. It's not impossible. It's not likely, but it is possible. But let's say that you took your cheese and dried it in the fridge, because the fridge has a drying effect anyway. Just by the nature of the drying or the refrigeration process. So you could slice up your little squares of cheese, slice them, halfway thin like a cracker, and let it sit and dry in the fridge. And then you take that and bake it in the oven until it's nice and crispy. Sherry says, do you have or know anyone who has a spike in blood pressure after keto a few months? Mine is not going up. Mine is now going up in the evenings after slowly going down since keto. Is Christina in here watching? I'm not getting alerts on the desktop for who's watching, but I don't have that. my blood pressure tends to run a little bit high anyway, even when I'm like really pretty relaxed. I actually saw some videos on whether blood pressure is actually that much of an issue. I tend to think that it probably is, but I'm not sure if it's that big a deal if it's not like super elevated. I'm not sure. And that's something maybe I would talk to a doctor about. But I find that my blood pressure tends to run lower than usual, not lower than normal, but closer to normal eating carnivore. It could be, yeah. I know that my blood pressure goes up when I'm sick, or of course when I'm stressed out or nervous or something. That's a good point. Todd, you shared this video on your Facebook page. Thanks, Todd. Appreciate that. And if you guys aren't aware, I do have a list of books that are available. You'll be eligible to win a book if you share this video and say so in the chat. Thanks, Todd, for saying that. And if you haven't won a book in the last 4 weeks, you're in the running. And Todd has not won a book in the last 4 weeks. So thank you, Todd. Fish is absolutely keto. In fact, all meat is keto, as long as it's just meat. So like, you know, if it's meat and spices, yeah, that's fine. If it's meat and sugar or starches, then no. If breaded fish is what you're talking about, then no, because bread is not on the menu. But yes, fish is absolutely keto. Anyway, looks like our stream is working okay. As long as Facebook doesn't cut it off. I'm sorry, Facebook, that you don't like my my intro and my links in my description. I guess people have flagged me as spam or something. Have people flagged me? That's interesting. That's good because you love fish. Well, it's good that you love fish. I do not love fish. I don't like fish at all. And it's very difficult for me to get my, it's very difficult for me to get my omega-3s in with fish because I just can't stand them. Yeah, but fish is keto. Fish is keto. Veal is keto. Bacon, of course, is keto. Eggs are keto. Chicken is keto. All poultry is keto. All meat is keto. It's just, you know, it's really sad. Like you go into the market and you go to buy some like fish fillets, for instance, and a lot of the fish fillets that you get, they are injected with, because they want it to stay stable and fresh, have the appearance or texture of freshness in the freezer. So they put like canola or soybean oil in it, and those are really inflammatory oils. And then they add starches to a lot of them, even when it doesn't need it, just to keep the fish held together well. They add starches or these kind of inflammatory oils. Have you made up a good keto sausage recipe? Are you talking about like making sausage itself from scratch? Or are you talking about like taking sausage that's made and make it into something? Like the only sausage thing I'd say, I've made a chorizo Thanksgiving stuffing from oh my God, no, it was it's not Ruled Me. There's another keto guy website. Oh, that did it. I don't remember what it was. Ground pork with spices added. So you're talking about making your own sausage. No, I have not made my own sausage from scratch. Hi, Nancy. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, welcome to the chat. We're just doing a general keto Q&A. If you guys have any great keto questions, and I think, yeah, Sherry, I used chorizo in a turkey stuffing, and then, or not a turkey stuffing, but a Thanksgiving stuffing, and then I used just breakfast link sausages for my country gravy. I just grind them up in the food processor and stick it in some heavy whipping cream and add some salt and pepper. That's my country gravy recipe. And as some of you know who have watched my BroBryce Cooks videos, my recipes are all like, it's gotta be just like butt simple. I'm not a foodie. You're probably never gonna see me make a custard or a souffle. And I'm probably never gonna make a sausage from scratch. Maybe. I've tried to make some foodie stuff. I just don't have the patience for it. Hey, nudge the puppy. Hi, we have somebody over on the Twitch side. Hello, Nudge the puppy. Nice to see ya. Welcome to the stream. We are talking keto chat. So if you're into keto cooking or keto weight loss or keto for health, reducing your inflammation, and we're not talking about keto products because keto products suck, and keto products are unnecessary to live keto. I haven't found a pre-made without sugar or MSG. There's the breakfast sausage links. The big package from Costco is without sugar or MSG or nitrates. So there. That's the breakfast sausage links anyway. You literally did stream roulette and found a random stream. Well, welcome to this particular random stream, Nudge the puppy. Nice. Yeah, keto is a low-carb, high-fat dietary approach. Very simple to do, if you ask me. Thank you for the host, Gorehound. That's Hellraiser Vengeance over on the YouTube side. Gorehound is now hosting on his channel this video from Twitch. So thank you. Yeah, Nudge the puppy. If you haven't heard of keto, there's a whole bunch of celebrities talking about it and stuff, but I prefer to use my own experience. Fat has gotten a really bad rep, and I used to be like you. I used to think fat was bad for you, but unnatural fats like refined vegetable oils like soybean oil, canola oil, safflower oil, those are bad. Those are really inflammatory. And inflammation is what causes heart disease. Everybody's been told fat makes you fat. Fat causes heart disease. Well, over here on the BroBryceHealth side, a few of us have discovered that fat is really not bad for you. Real natural fat that occurs in, animal fat, stuff like that. Yeah, olive oil, real olive oil is good for you, but a lot of commercial olive oil, as you may have heard, the press released a big thing about like almost all commercial olive oils being fake. Like they have maybe a little percentage of olive oil, or some of them have none. They're just flavored and colored to look like olive oil. So it's not unusual to find fake olive oil. But real olive oil, if you can get it, like for instance, the only one that I know right offhand is pure olive oil, is the stuff you get at Costco, the Kirkland olive oil. It's actually a really good olive oil product. Coconut oil is really good for you. Even though the American Heart Association, that corrupt bastard of an organization, pardon my French, is actually using coconut oil for a piñata and trying to poke holes in it. Oh, you normally get pure olive oil from the Deep South. Oil and vinegar. Yeah, vinegar is good for you. And olive oil is good for you. It's great. It's a great source of natural fat. Bacon is good for you. Pork chops are good for you. Ribeye steak with all the fat still on it is good for you. Those are natural sources of fat. Those are the kinds of fats that our bodies are really well adapted to eating. And in fact, I, for the most part, eat only meat, and I lost like 117 pounds. So pretty fantastic. And my blood pressure dropped a considerable amount, and my cholesterol numbers look great. And I got rid of almost all of my my inflammation and chronic pain. Literally, like behind your house, it's $128 for a bottle, or it's at $12 for a bottle. It's super cool. They have flavored oils. Oh, okay. Who does? Who adds homemade essences to her oil? Oh, okay. Hey! Casey. Oh, I see ya. Right on. Todd, good to see ya. Welcome back. Todd's back over on the Twitch side. Avocado with bacon. You know, there was a guy at work. I work at Sam's Club, and they have the demo booths where they give out samples and stuff. And there's a guy at Sam's Club that was demoing asparagus. And the asparagus, he had just cooked it in salt water, and it was so good. And I was like, well, you know, I like to cook it in bacon grease. That's what I do. Look them up. Might be cool to add to your diet if you want to know. I know she delivers. Who is it? She. Who is she? Yeah, I'm not sure who that is that you're talking about. She delivers. Oh, is it Deep South? It's called Deep South? Deep South. Okay, I thought you were saying you get it from the Deep South oil and vinegar. Oh, so it's Deep South oil and vinegar. Okay, that's the name of the company. Got it. Nice. Avocado with bacon is, oh my goodness. And you hated avocado, am I right, Sherry? You're the one that hated avocado? Hey, we have a Rick in the room. Welcome to the stream. As a little reminder, anybody who shares this video, if you haven't won a book in the last 4 weeks, if you share this video out and you say so in the chat, then you are in the running for a book. The book giveaways are in the description on the YouTube video. Facebook wouldn't allow me to add the links to my description, and Twitch doesn't allow me to put a long description in, but Facebook is preventing me from posting those links in the description. I'm going to have to see about that. Have to figure out a different way to do the links for the the books, so you guys can see, because I was trying to save time, because I spend a lot of time sometimes, like around the quarter of the hour, telling you guys about which books I have. So I put them all in the description of the video. It's on youtube.com/BroBryceHealth. So the live video. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Rick. Welcome to the stream. And right on. So Vengeance is back over on the YouTube side after hosting me on Twitch. Anyway, my dietary approach lately has been pretty much, I drink coffee in the morning. The last week, pretty much, I've been like, I put a tablespoon of bacon grease, a tablespoon of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, 1 packet of Truvia. Yes, I know, Sherry. I'm going to switch to pure for my next batch. I might switch sooner than that if I can return the Truvia and go get some pure after hearing about the GMO thing with Truvia. So that'd be my coffee in the morning, 16 ounces of coffee with all of that and some salt. And then I have some apple cider vinegar cocktail, my little Keto Raid recipe in the morning. And then usually we'll have about 2 ounces of pork rinds for lunch at work, because it's something that I can just keep and it doesn't have to be refrigerated. I might have 1 or 2 pepperoni sticks mixed in there. Those are Oberto pepperoni sticks because most jerky has sugar in it. The Oberto stuff has less than 1 carb per serving. Then for dinner, basically, and I usually only eat 2 meals a day. For dinner, basically, I sit down and I eat whatever meat I happen to have on hand. I eat as much of it as I can possibly eat. I eat as much as I can, and then I go to bed. And so I've been just slowly whittling away, maybe a pound a week on average. Slowly whittling away at the last pounds that I have. But I'm not worried about weight loss right now. My main concern now is dealing with inflammation and chronic pain. I want to keep my blood pressure down, and I want to keep my pain, especially my hands pain. That's the worst part of it for me. Yeah, Oberto, not Alberto. Oberto pepperoni sticks. You get them at Costco. They are also the Pacific, something Pacific, but it's just branding. They're made by Oberto. So locally, Debbie, you would find them at the Clackamas Costco almost all the time. They're virtually all the time. Oberto pepperoni sticks. Yeah, so anyway, I'm glad that you randomly happened into our little chat here, Nudge the Puppy. That's awesome. Vengeance says, avocados are delicious. I love it. I love avocados. And I was over at a friend's house, and like I say, I've just been eating only meat. But, you know, I told you guys in the beginning, I would eat vegetables when I want to. I just don't want to very often. But I was over at my friend's house helping them clear out their cupboards. Holy dang. You just don't want to go to a friend's house and help clean out cupboards because it's just a battle. It's such heartache. It really, really does. It hurts your feelings to have to take these things away from your friends. But she asked me to help her go through her cupboards. I opened up the fridge and I said, I am not ready for that next time. So I said, I know that you're probably going to take half of or everything that I just took out of your cupboards, which was literally like a carload of groceries. Take everything out of your cupboards and you're going to put it all back. I know. After I leave, that's what you're going to do. What are my views on Hormel stuff? Good or bad? I really don't have an opinion on Hormel stuff. I think that as long as you're looking at the ingredients, you're probably going to, be aware of what you're getting yourself into. You could end up just mowing down on whatever you want. But typically, people who start looking at ingredients, they start getting kind of a personal conviction about the ingredients that they see in their food. So, for instance, I'll give you just a for instance. One of my favorite things used to be when I first started keto, in fact, up until this year, I ate for bacon, almost all the bacon that we ate was the pre-cooked Hormel Black Label bacon. that you get at Costco or Sam's Club. It is pre-cooked, and it is just regular bacon. It's kind of thin strips. But then I saw what it says on the bottom of it. And I know why it says that now, but hear me out. It says refrigerate after opening. And I don't know about you guys, but just the idea of meat, even though it says it's fully cooked, and just the idea of meat like sitting out at room temperature. So they had an island at the store where I work where it was just hundreds of packages of this bacon just sitting out, and I was like, that's freaky, dude. Just bacon sitting out at room temperature. It's warm in that store, and the bacon sitting out. It just freaked me out, right? And then I looked at the packages and it said refrigerate after opening, and I was like, man. But then I found out that, you know, when you cure bacon, it has very little potential for that bacteria growth in it. So it can sit there at room temperature. Just don't open it. Expose it to oxygen. What spicy foods are keto? Vengeance asks, what spicy foods are keto? Because I went to my local Sam's Club and a lot of the spicy options have sugar. That is true. But Frank's Red Hot Sauce, the original Red Hot Sauce, not the spice, not the Frank's Red Hot Spice, that stuff has sugar in it, and it has starches, and it has a bunch of junk in it. But the Frank's Red Hot Sauce, the original, that has no sugar in it. It is just spices and vinegar. So most of the buffalo chicken wings that you buy will just have Frank's sauce on them. The problem is that a lot of the buffalo chicken wings are lightly breaded, even to the point where you almost can't even see the breading on it. It looks like just chicken. Trust me, it's breaded. Comes with a little touch of breading on it. And I find that I'm doing much better for myself not eating it now, because I found out that it's got a little bit of breading on it, and it does make a difference. It is enough to make a difference. So just about anything spicy, you can have spicy stuff as long as it doesn't have starches or sugars in it. Hey, welcome back, Nudge the Puppy. Nothing to be sorry about. We all have lives, right? I mean, it's Father's Day and people are celebrating. I don't expect everybody to be in here, but your favorite meal these days is baked till crispy wings coated with a mixture of butter and Frank's. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, you can go get your own, like, I have a recipe for, and this might answer your question better, Vengeance. On my BroBryceHealth channel here, not the BroBryceHealth channel, but BroBryce Cooks, my other YouTube channel, BroBryce Cooks, I have a video for keto chalupas. So I use the fathead dough recipe and make chalupas. And the taco meat recipe is the bomb. We used Trader Joe's ghost pepper grinder. Holy dang, it's so awesome. It's amazing. Potatoes are not keto. I know. Crawfish seasoning, boil them. It's amazing. There are a lot of keto Cajun recipes though. And I'm just here to say, like, if you like Indian food, if you like Cajun food, if you like Thai food, if you like, there's just a ton of different recipes where people say, okay, I know you're familiar with this particular texture. Here's how we're going to accomplish this. And it's not terribly difficult. For instance, Maga over on Keto Connect, she is always coming up with some great ideas for how to make, you know, her favorite Indian dishes and make them keto and make them dirt simple. And Headbanger's Kitchen again, and he does like Cajun stuff as well. Headbanger's Kitchen, that dude is straight up like Indian metal dude. And he's in a band called Demon Stealer. Well, he kind of is a band, Demon Stealer. And he does these videos where he like shows like how to make straight up like spicy foods, different kinds of different foods that normally you would have a lot of starch and sugars in, and they don't. Todd says, Bryce, is there any studies that say Cheerios will lower your cholesterol at all? No. Just here to say, Cheetos was never heart healthy. It's not heart healthy now. What is my exercise routine? My exercise routine is I work in a warehouse store. That's my exercise routine. I think that if you work in a warehouse store, you maybe don't have to go to the gym. I don't. And even when I didn't work at the warehouse store, some of you know, I just started working at the warehouse store last July. So this July will be my 1-year anniversary, and I've got another job coming up. Right, yeah, I said Cheerios, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I said Cheetos, but maybe I did say Cheetos, but I meant Cheerios. Yeah, I in fact, someone was asking me. Yeah, it's supposed to lower your cholesterol levels and promote heart health. There's no studies to support that, not at all. And in fact, the American Heart Association recently took their seal off of Cheerios because they never were heart healthy, but it used to be on the box that they said it was a heart healthy. And they said that because it was low in cholesterol and low in fat, although it's high in carbohydrate, so it promotes inflammation. It's high in sugar and high in cholesterol, or not high in sugar and high cholesterol, but high in sugar and high in starches. So it actually promotes inflammation. And so, yeah. Honey is just sugar. So it's not heart healthy. Honey's just sugar. You can say it has other things in it. If you can find a way to get those other things without the sugar, then great. But honey is just full of sugar. So, but there are some products like what is it? Sucrin Gold puts out a number of products that are like molasses or Worcestershire or honey, different kinds of things that that people are used to, and like a breakfast syrup. I find that my favorite breakfast syrup is taking stevia is good. Yeah, stevia. No one's ever like definitively given me that. What's my energy level with eating your main calories at night? I will say this. My energy level during the day is off the charts. And then when I need to go to bed, I am ready for bed. And I sleep like the dead. Your favorite meal those days is baked. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, stevia is awesome. Erythritol is a good sweetener. Those are like the only two that I really stick with much. I haven't tried monk fruit, but I hear it's great. I hear it's great for you. I hear it's great. But I've made my own breakfast syrup out of. I made my own keto pancakes with almond flour. I've made them with coconut flour. I've made them with cream cheese. And then I make my own syrup out of butter and maple extract and a little bit of stevia. Shrimp. Yes. Shrimp is keto. I will say this, that shellfish tend to have some amount of carbohydrate in them, a small amount, real small. They are still low carb because it's primarily meat, but shrimp, crawfish, those things, they are definitely keto because they're extremely low carb. They do have some amount of carbohydrate because their diet consists of quite a bit of carbohydrate. So they actually eat carbohydrate, and you end up eating some of that just in the meat. And in fact, in all meat, you tend to, like, even cats out in the wild eat, they eat grass sometimes in a pinch. So sometimes you're going to get some carbohydrate, but it's not enough to worry about. Some people say that you should limit the amount of shrimp, or, like if you're eating it like all the time, if that's all you eat, then that's, maybe too much. But if you're like eating steak like 3/4 of the time and then eating shellfish 1 day a week, you're probably not doing yourself any harm, to be honest. Yeah, Debbie, I will say this. After I eat, I'm ready for bed. I'm ready for bed. Sometimes I can eat and then go out and do something active, like we go out and do karaoke, and I'll be energetic and stuff. But when I get home, I'm ready for bed. I've been known to eat like the world and then go out for a bike ride. Couldn't do that when I was on carbs, man. Headbanger's Kitchen is the bomb. Oh God, we made a curry chicken and they loved it. Yeah. Yeah, Headbanger's Kitchen is the bomb. My wife makes a wicked curry, and she makes an incredible curry chicken from scratch. And she uses almond butter in her curry, so it's fantastic. Wagyu steak. What's Wagyu? I'm just gonna say steak sounds good. I don't know. You can eat all the steak you want. Like lately, my jam has been pork loin. And that's partly because the food bank I get. Now, I am all about like eating on the cheap. I talked about this last week, right? A penny saved is a penny earned. We have a food bank local to us, and they don't require any kind of qualification. Of course, because I'm not a person who's desperately in need. I'm going to stand at the back of the line. I'll let all the people who are really desperately in need go first. But there's always some pork loin left over. And I go and I get it, and I'm gonna get some pork loin. And like last night, I ate like 2 pounds of pork loin. Fantastic. Prime rib is keto, as long as it doesn't have like the sauces. You got to watch the sauces. Those meat sauces, barbecue sauce. There are keto barbecue sauces. There are some sugar-free barbecue sauces. There are some keto ones. You still have to watch the ingredients. Make sure that you're eating, you're treating your body like a temple, and, you're eating quality foods. If you can make your own barbecue sauce, that's even better. And anybody would say that if you can make your own barbecue sauce, you're already a rock star. So don't think it's like out on a limb to make your own barbecue sauce. I make my own breakfast syrup. I make my own ketchup. Wagyu is cows fed beer and wheat and massage those. They are not lean at all. I would say that if you can find a cow that's grass fed, it's better rather than starches. But it's probably tasty. It's probably not going to kill you. I mean, I'm not out there I don't eat grass fed beef. I can't afford it. So, if you can find something that tastes good and it's amazing, it's so amazing. Beers, then if the beer is infused with beer. I just say this, okay? Beer is full of grain. I avoid grain, so I don't eat grain myself. A low carb diet does not include grain. A good low carb diet does not include grain. So beer is from grain, sorry. And that includes grain alcohol. Although I do make my own, I just find some good beef, man. Like some fatty beef. Like a good cow that eats a lot of grass is still going to be fat, dude. You should eat it. Prime rib a while back, I kind of liked it. Man, I got to say prime rib is the bomb. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on the amount of carbs. Some would say that alcohol is not keto because, and here's why. Because any amount of alcohol that you consume, it puts a stop to your metabolism. Your metabolic activity has to stop completely until all of the alcohol is processed out of your system. Your body goes into an emergency status to try to get the poison, the alcohol, out of your system. And during that time, your brain goes loopy and your liver goes nuts trying to get all that alcohol out of there. And then it can resume where it left off. So all metabolic activity, processing fat and protein and sugar and all that stuff stops until the alcohol is out. So keto just But there are lots of people on keto who still drink beer occasionally and still are keto. There's people that drink whiskey and still do keto. Yeah, I'm personally allergic to alcohol. I break out in handcuffs. Yeah, prime rib is amazing. Oh my goodness. Shinar says, what do you think about almond milk? I think that almond milk is probably okay, the unsweetened kind, but I think that it is, I think that the ingredients in it are usually pretty hinky. I've read the ingredients on all the almond milks that I could find, and I'm not crazy about it, but, and I'm not a huge drinker of almond milk anyway, but if, you know, if you're going to drink something, it should be something you enjoy, and take a look at the ingredients. If it's something that, that you really want to have, I don't know. It's always a decision, a personal decision. Yeah, we use vodka for making vanilla extract. That's what we do. You still have a stout beer every once in a while. Texas style barbecue sauce, low carb because it's vinegar based. No, Texas style barbecue sauce is sugar. So yeah, you gotta, if you want to make your own Texas style barbecue sauce, I'm sure there are hundreds of barbecue sauce, keto barbecue sauce recipes out there on the interwebs. High healthy fat, moderate protein, very low carb. Shinar, actually, you did Atkins with me for a while back in the early 2000s. So you have some familiarity with the low carb, high fat approach. But Atkins was less about the high fat, and he was more about high protein, more protein centric. But yeah, Shinar, we used to hang out in St. John's and in North Portland. And yeah, she lost 30 pounds doing essentially a variation of keto known as Atkins. Atkins is not the guy who invented keto, by the way. I'm just going to say God invented keto. People just started calling it something the last 100 years. So anyway, oh my goodness, we are past 5 o'clock. I can't believe my alarm didn't go off because my phone is turned off. But I wanted to remind you guys, if you share this video, Todd, you're in the running. Share this video and we will get some books out. Pick a book and look through the books in the description on the YouTube video. I'm going to see if I can add it to the description on the BroBryceHealth group, because Facebook tried to stop my live. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Next week we will start again at 4 o'clock. I tried to get going today, but Facebook was giving me a hard time, and so was Streamlabs OBS. Anyway, thank you for joining us, and I want to give a big shout out to Nudge the Puppy for just hanging out with us despite just basically playing chat roulette with Twitch. Thanks for coming, and I appreciate you hanging out with us. Give us a like, give us a heart, subscribe if you haven't already, become a follower over on Twitch, and follow me on Twitter. I'm BroBryce on Twitter. I'm BroBryceHealth and a whole bunch of places. I'm BroBryce Cooks over on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Twitch and all of that stuff. And there's a Facebook group for YouTube, or for BroBryce Cooks, and I hope that you enjoy. Thanks for coming in, and love you guys. We'll see you next week at 4 o'clock, and we're going to try to come up with a guest. If you would like to be a guest on this this live stream next week, and you are a keto person and you have something to talk about to all of these wonderful peoples, please let me know in a private message over on Facebook. I am BroBryce on Facebook. Have a great day. We'll see you again real soon. Me hit this. Bye.
She walks into the room and all heads turn. The temperature is rising and the sprinklers turn on. The time I saw what happened in my mind, it would come true though before long. I'm not blind, girl, I must confess. You could scorch muffins if you touch them when you wear your evening dress. I need a glass of water, I need fresh air. I'm trying to get some loving, but the room is like an oven when you're in here. Where the smoke, there's fire, that's what I was taught. The theory very clearly when you look so smoking hot. With the fireproof gloves on, maybe we could touch. But I've learned that I don't wanna be burning you away too dangerous. I'm not blind, but I must confess. You could scorch muffins if you touch them when you wear your evening dress. I need a glass of water, I need fresh air. Get some loving, but the room is like an oven when you're in here. Yeah. I'm not blind, girl, I must confess. Muffins if you touch them when you wear your evening dress. I need a glass of water, I need fresh air. I'm trying to get some loving, but the room is like an oven when you're in here. I'm trying to find an exit out that weren't more so clear. I can't get too close to your flame because I might just disappear. still exist.